on.
Hello! And welcome to how I'm spending all this apocalypse. Lynn just got here. I've already done everything I'm going to do for the day. I'm literally quitting.
Well, because it's hot.
Well,
it's getting hot. It's getting hot.
I would probably keep working, but I'd have to bring more boards over first. Okay, so...
Let me come up there so I can show them.
Simple things. Yeah, come on up. All shit that I could obviously do by myself. Alone.
Totally alone.
Totally alone in the world. How's that? I got a piece of sawdust in my bonnet, guy.
Lovely.
It'll come out in a minute. Okay, and I did it not cutting. You're like, well, if you would wear safety glasses when you cut wood. No, I didn't do it doing that. I did it picking a piece of wood up and there was a piece of dust on it. It fell in my eye. Because I put it, that one, the last board.
The last board?
Okay, so I have to put a nailer there because of the little thing and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I put these in today. These are just spacers. That's going to help my boards. I'm actually going to probably put in 2 more in here because of what I'm using. What I'm going to be using is thins.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what I have.
Right.
Also, everything I used today was scavenged crap off pallets and stuff. In fact, if you look, you can see all the nail holes.
Oh, what have we done? You did this today?
For the panic. Yeah, I did all of this.
I'm just seeing it. Well, on camera.
Okay. So, I did this rail today because otherwise, what's going to happen? People are going to fall off of this.
Right,
They're going to back off into the ramp. Plus, I need a handrail anyway. And so, this will just be the handrail once you get to here. And I'll funk together some handrail down there. In fact, I might put the handrail on this side, which seems weird. But this could also be a handrail, and that could be a handrail. And
Right.
you know.
No, that doesn't seem weird, actually, because people really carry things in their right hand.
So all of this that I built today was
trash wood.
Trash wood that I cut off pallets.
And this,
so you can see where the nails were.
Is a tree trunk.
And that is a piece. It's not a tree trunk.
Not a trunk. It's a tree limb.
It's a tree limb. Okay, and I used it because it was already mostly peeled. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But I used it here, not just for the funky elegance of it. No. Not just for the artsy craftsy whatever fucking shit. I used it because this was the longest piece.
Oh, okay.
Of pallet 2x4 I had.
Yes.
It would not go up there.
No, it would not.
This is a piece of... The reason why I did this is the roofers are coming on Monday.
Right.
I wanted to be able to put this in and be able to nail this from the top so that this will be sturdy. So, yeah. But anyway, so I got one that had some knots and stuff, but mostly because this was the last peeled one.
There you go.
And the goats peeled it for me, which is why it's not all the way peeled.
They did a good job.
They did a good job on most of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was... And apparently I had used it for something else because it had a couple of broken screws in it. So there you go. I don't remember it, but there you go. So, you know.
And you didn't have to do anything over there yet?
Yes, I did. I finished this rail this morning.
Oh, that's right. That rail wasn't done.
And if you look, you can see, I'm going to take a hose and hose this off because it's dirty. But you can see that's whole pallet board.
Yes.
Because, you know.
And that's forms. The dirty ones were forms, the concrete forms.
Concrete forms. They might have been even... I might have even used them for concrete forms.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
I think I used them for concrete forms and then put them back, but they were pallet boards first.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so that's what I did this morning. Well, I went over here to relax while it was cool and then realized, oh, it's going to stay cool for a minute.
There you go.
I better get this done while I have time to do it. At any rate.
And the chairs, I see you've got the chairs placed so that people aren't going to walk blindly into the hole. Yeah.
I hate when you walk blindly into the hole.
I'll get it.
What are you doing?
I'm coming to see what you're doing before I leave.
Is it that late?
It's 9-ish,
Okay.
I think. No, wait. No, it's 8:50.
Okay. All right. That's what you don't do is drop your freaking nail.
I
That's
see.
what I try to teach him what to not
Not to do. Not
Okay,
to.
so I put Visqueen down.
Right.
I put Visqueen down. Put Visqueen down as a vapor barrier. And you're like, vapor barrier my ass, you're leaving a giant hole in the front wall. Fuck you, I say. This is my thing. I put a vapor barrier so that when the water hits the wall, at least it won't go through.
Right, right.
And now I'm using
Fins. So what are you going to do on this side?
What side?
Right here, this little
Oh
triangle.
my God, do we have to talk about everything?
No, we don't
Okay.
have to. I guess
I
I'm
can
just
show
curious.
You. Come in here. I'll show you.
I'm just curious.
No, I'm pain in the ass.
I'm a pain in the ass.
All right, so I'm going to take a 2x4, nail it in here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense because you've got to have a nailer.
I'll have to cut everything. I'll have to be with an angle and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yay.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Right now I have to bend that board out a little bit. So I have to get up taller, which is what I was doing when I dropped my nailer.
Okay, I'll come hold your ladder.
No, I'm good. I don't need anybody to hold my ladder.
Okay.
And Mitch will be back in a minute.
Okay, yeah, I know you got someone helping you this morning.
Yeah, Mitchell went to get coffee. Do you guys not pass each other?
No.
Mitchell went to get himself and myself some coffee.
Well, then I'm glad I didn't bring anything over. I almost did, and I thought, oh, I'll just come straight over with the camera. He must have passed me when I was in the
I
office.
said you had to have passed him.
Yeah, he passed.
Okay, so I got to push that over. You guys should have been here this morning to watch what I did to make that one piece of wood work over the thing. Over the thing, yeah. Okay, so I've got to push that over. So I'm going to go to the top of it and shove it over into it.
Oh, shove it towards the house.
Until I get it where it belongs.
I see what you're saying.
And staple shit. All right, so I need to put in another nailer. You can see kind of what we got done this morning. I don't know, Lynn might have come and showed you that. What I should have showed you and I didn't was this board. Because this board is actually important. It's not just for looks. This board, I glued all the pieces that were raggedy and stuff that were together. If you go to the back, you can kind of see where the boards were. And it's like all of that stuff, all of these joints, all of those joints, I glued the shit out of them, then slapped this board over them. Right now, I forgot to put in a nailer on this side, and I'll show you why a nailer is important on this side. Okay, so I didn't put in I put in a nailer here, see? And the boards that I have on are good and solid, see that? But there's not a nailer here where there needs to be one. And as you can see, it's not so solid. And I put one through there. Okay, and if you come over here, if you can get a sideways shot, let me show them why I need to put that there. Look at that. Can you see that gap? I can stick my finger in. Okay. And you're like, well, it's just for show. It doesn't matter. It's got to be stronger than that. I can't handle that. We can't have that on this program. All right, so I'm going to put this in here for a nailer, probably at about that height. So I'm going to first throw some screws in. And I'll probably use one of my long ones. Yeah, one of these. Get some of these to work with. Okay, so we had about run out of any 2x4s longer than this. We had some this long, but we didn't have any really long ones. And so you can see I literally used a piece of pallet wood for this. You can see where the forklift, it doesn't matter. adds to the quaint, right? In fact, it came out, oddly enough, right in the middle of the wall. So, I'm not really worried about it, but bigger than shit. Dennis, my friend Dennis Van Arsdale showed up today, had a whole truckload of 2x4s, ends and pieces. So, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna get that started. Because, you know, my good help, what's he doing? He's holding the camera. So, get that started, put that in. Then it's like the end one, see, easy peasy. Okay. And now, take your little level, not your great big level, because it won't go in the middle, but your little level up there. Level it off. Mark your board. And now I'll throw some toenails in that. And see, this would be a lot easier to do if I didn't already have the wall on there, but there you go. People, I can't be perfect all the time. I've got to show you not just how to do it, but how to not fucking do it, right? Otherwise, I'm not really helping mankind. What's that? What do you mean, Zeb, I'm not helping mankind? What the hell, Zeb?
I didn't say that.
Alright, so that's good and solid. Everything you do to them, everything you do to a building, the more boards you put in, within reason, don't be ridiculous. But the more boards you put in, the more points of contact you have, the stronger your building is. The better it'll hold up to wind, shear, and all that other fun stuff that happens to buildings. Okay, so now that I've got that in, I'll climb up here on this rickety-ass ladder that I have tied together with string. Don't do this at home. Okay. I'm going to find that by just doing it like that. Okay. Now I'm going to nail these to that. All right. All the way across. Okay, so, I don't know if you can see it from down there. You can't. We'll have to come back up here. Okay, so just put that down. And if you'll come up here on the side, actually you can do it from the ramp, and show, and you can see there's no air between it anymore. But beyond that, beyond the hole, there's no air showing. Let me show you the real difference. Now, if you remember before, when I pushed on that wall, it pushed out. Now it's solid. Just one little rinky-dink board. Okay, and Lynn asked about this morning, so that's got to be done. But she's kind of smart-ass, just shows up and asks a bunch of questions. It's like, I don't freaking know. I'm not even up yet. I'm just working. Okay, so what I have to do now is cut that damn board to go there so that we can bring the pieces in on the side. Alright. So, figuring angles. As you know, I am not, geometry is not my friend. So figuring shit like this out is always a series of I wonder if this will work. I wonder if that will work. Alright, so what we gotta do is straddle that enough to give us a place. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna guesstimate this bottom part, come back and see if I can get an accurate line. I don't know. I'm making shit up as I go. Okay. So now I'm putting in a board where I put this spacer board on that I told you. Now I want to show you what I've been doing. Okay, so underneath that one I did the same thing. See, I'm coating the surface. I'm putting a bead on all the different places where it meets. So that when I get it up there, the idea is that it'll turn into a semi-solid thing to hold it all together, right there at the corners where you get so much wear and tear and so much wind and everything else. And as we do this, we are making this. It was a 4x4, and now it's a 6x4.
6x4 and a half?
Yeah, yeah. So now I'm going to screw it all together. And thank you again, Dennis. But like again, because we're working with crap boards, they don't really want to, you kind of have to kind of make them do what you want them to do. But as you can see, that's going to make it nice. Now that we've got glue all over it and everything else, it's just going to make a nice
corner post.
Well, and this is also where the rail system will be and everything else, so you want it to be good and solid. And I'm just going to throw a bunch of screws. Actually, I'm probably going to have the monkey throw a bunch of screws in that. So we're going to throw a bunch of screws in, but see, we're going to try to catch every piece of it, not just with the glue, but with the screws, so that there's a screw in each different piece so that it's all tied together. And it's just, and in part that is because you're working with crap. Maybe you're working with number ones, you don't do this. Guess what? Number ones, you're not doing all this shit, it's not going to be as strong. Made out of crap, this will literally be in a surface that had, you know, a very expensive.
Because we have to fix it 30 times, and fixing it makes it stronger.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, so it's a... We know it's that way, but you can't see it. This is covering up all those pieces and tying them all together. And now you literally can't see what's going on. So, and we got the front end. That's the front end. And it's looking good. Well, we got most of the front end. We still have the piece over the ramp to do. And we're probably going to stop and not finish that tonight, but we got the rest of it done. And we got a bunch of the tie-ins and stuff down that weren't done before, so we did that. Okay, so I want to say something. We went to Pride in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And you know how I'm always talking about this is a wasteland for gays. But we went to Pride in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and there were literally thousands and thousands of people. It was brilliant. I went around, we went around the corner, and it was like all of a sudden I felt, we're not alone. So it's very nice. So if you're gay, if you're LGBTQ+, go to Pride events. It'll give you life. You're going, oh, I'm not alone, I'm not the only one. There are people in the world that will actually accept me for who I am, talk to me, especially if you live in the American South. To find something like that in Arkansas, pretty amazing. So it was very affirming, which we don't get a lot of in this part of the country. So go, if you can go. Support us. You're not gay, support us. You are gay, support us. Quit saying, oh, it doesn't do any good to vote, and I don't really like anybody. Get your butt to the poll. Vote against Trump and his cronies. It's that simple. Thank you. See you later.